Are there any other nominations?
I don't have a mic, but I can sure holler.
Yep, it's coming to you right now.
I'm Christina Balkan. I'm from Rothsay, Minnesota, and I nominate Robert Fitzgerald for the Senate. We need a young person in Washington. They can carry through with the young people. Let's go.
Very good. Thank you. Are there any other nominations? Next nomination speech will be given by Ralph Maxwell. We checked with the other Senate candidates, and they were okay with Robert Fitzgerald giving 1 minute of his speech time to his grandfathers, and so without objection we are going to do that. And Ralph is going to give a nomination speech for Robert Fitzgerald, and he has 3 minutes. Tom, if you would hold up the green flag with 50 seconds left and the blue flag when it's done. Appreciate it. Ralph?
Thank you, Chairman Peter. Well, today I have the pleasure of introducing a man who was recently described in the Washington Times as Minnesota's dynamic third-party centrist. Well, I don't know about that centrist label, but dynamic is dead on accurate. I should know. I've had to put up with the energy and the vigor of Robert Fitzgerald for over 29 years now. I'm his proud grandpa. Now, politics being what it is, I suppose there are some who will say that this 29-year-old dynamo doesn't have the skills to sit in the United States Senate. Well, I'm here to tell you that that is malarkey. And when you hear him today, you will see that he not only has a firm grip on the vital issues of the day, but he also has sensible solutions to offer. And hey, just take a look at the Congress we've got in Washington today. Huh? Well, it's a sorry sight. With approval ratings dipping down into the low 20s. Now, just what legislative skills do these high and mighty representatives and senators have to brag about? Let me tell you, they all seem to excel at the legislative skill of using their votes and their influence in Congress, not for the common good, oh no, but for the, you got it, the bribes, the generous contributions, the great gifts from the lobbyists for the special interests. That's what they've got. And what misguided legislative skill does it take to authorize a president, any president, not only this president, but any president, unlimited authority to wage war at any place, at any time, in any manner, for any reason whatsoever? And what about fiscal responsibility? What legislative skill does it take to burden future generations with a $9 trillion debt? And haven't we all watched in dismay at their skill in giving huge tax cuts to the multimillionaires, at blocking every attempt at campaign reform, at sitting supinely by while gasoline prices skyrocket into the stratosphere, at dropping the ball on energy, on education, on health care, on immigration, And the disgusting list goes on and on, confirming over and over how inept and corrupt it has been. Sorry, I got a little wound up there. They are turning the American dream into an American nightmare. Now, for a new face and a new voice in the Congress of the United States, I have the great pleasure to introduce to you now that friendly, that personable, that dynamic candidate and tireless campaigner, Robert Fitzgerald!
I'll take nominations from the floor for Ralph Maxwell for U.S. Senate. Thanks, Paul. That's my grandfather. Thank you so much. My grandfather, 86 years young, he's a gold medal winner at the Senior Olympics. He holds the national record for a high jump.
Move the mic up.
Forget about me. Tell them about you.
No, I gotta tell one more thing. He holds a national record for the high jump. You see, neither he nor I let obstacles get in our way. Friends, family, delegates, and guests, thank you for coming here today. This is community politics at its very best. Good people coming together to enjoy each other's company and working towards meaningful difference. I've had the opportunity to meet many of you at the congressional district conventions that I attended across the state. And it was my privilege to be there with you, to hear from you the issues that are important. I also see many new faces out here today. Welcome. Thank you for taking part in this event, this monumental event for the Minnesota Independence Party. I'd like to give you a brief history of how I entered this race for United States Senate. It started 1 year ago when I asked the question, can a candidate compete against others bringing $10, $15, $20 million to the race? And the answer was yes. Yes, we can. I was the first independent U.S. Senate candidate to have a booth at the Minnesota State Fair. There I met people from across the state. I should mention I started this race as a small I independent. I shared a message at the Minnesota State Fair about fiscal responsibility and accountability and our national debt spiraling out of control. That this is a burden placed squarely on the backs of young people and young families along with future generations. At the State Fair, very receptive. They understand this. They are feeling pinched as well. While I was there, I met with the state party officials and supporters of the Minnesota Independence Party, and they encouraged me to seek the endorsement. So the week after the State Fair, I went to the state convention in Mankato, and I had a wonderful time, learning more about the party and sharing the principles of this party with supporters of the Minnesota Independence Party. Was I ever surprised to find out that the principles of the Independence Party align so closely with those of my own? Justice, integrity, and openness in the government process. These are things that are important to the Minnesota Independence Party. These are things that are important to me. These are personal convictions that I have as well. I'm going to keep this short because my grandfather ran a little bit long, but I would like to say that he also came up with our slogan, a new voice, a smart choice. And the reason is, you elect a young guy into a body where seniority plays such an important role, you elect him and you keep re-electing him. As a U.S. Senator, I will do everything in my power to return fiscal accountability to the halls of Congress in Washington. I will demand accountability from our government. And I swear to you that I will tell the truth. My name is Robert Fitzgerald. I'm asking for your vote to be the Minnesota Independence Party endorsed candidate for United States Senate. Thank you.
At the end of the first ballot, we had 272 ballots cast. We had 160 for Robert Fitzgerald, 97 for Jim Haviland, 14 for Steve Williams, and 1 for none of the above. That did not give any of the candidates a 60% endorsement at that point. And we recounted the second choice of the Steve Williams votes and the none of the above votes. We ended up with 169 for Fitzgerald, 103 for Haviland. That gives Robert Fitzgerald 62.1% of the votes. And he's our new U.S. Senate candidate.
Robert, I hate to do this to you, but if you can just keep it to about 30 seconds so we can keep on with the gubernatorial and have that in everyone's mind. Thanks.
With that storm that's coming, 30 seconds even seems long. Thank you so much. I absolutely plan on carrying the Independence Party banner from corner to corner and across this state party building and do something with this campaign. We are going to hit this thing. We're going to do, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.